Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a family drama that's absolutely wild. Imagine your mother-in-law plotting to replace you with her idea of the perfect wife for her son. That's what happened to a woman I'll call Chloe. And it's got me raging. I'm Liv. And this mother-in-law versus daughter-in-law saga is packed with betrayal, meddling, and a fight for love that'll leave you stunned. What would you do if your mother-in-law tried to push you out of your own marriage? Stick with me as we unravel this insane plot and figure out if this mother-in-law went too far. Let's get started. I heard about this through a friend who's tight with Chloe's family. Chloe's been married to Ethan, her husband, for 4 years. They're in their late 20s, living in a charming apartment in a bustling city, building a life together. Chloe's a graphic designer, creative and warm, but she's been clashing with Ethan's mom, Patricia, since the wedding. Patricia's the type who always has an opinion on Chloe's clothes, her cooking, even her career. You could try harder, Patricia would say, her smile thin. Chloe gritted her teeth, bringing homemade pies to family dinners, hoping to win her over. It never worked. Then, the bombshell dropped. It was a quiet Saturday when Chloe overheard Patricia on the phone, gushing about a woman named Olivia, some perfect family friend who'd be so much better for Ethan. Chloe's stomach sank. She confronted Ethan, who looked confused. "Mom's just talking," he said, brushing it off. But Chloe wasn't so sure. She started noticing Patricia inviting Olivia to family events, seating her next to Ethan, even praising her in front of Chloe. "Olivia's so polished," Patricia said once, her eyes flicking to Chloe's casual sweater. "I'm fuming just thinking about it. Who tries to replace their son's wife like that? What's worse?" Patricia wasn't subtle. She'd drop hints to the family, saying things like, "Ethan deserves someone who fits our values." Chloe felt the sting her background was modest. Unlike Patricia's upscale world of country clubs and charity galas, Ethan, a software engineer, seemed oblivious, laughing off his mom's comments as harmless. It felt like a campaign to erase Chloe. I can imagine her lying awake, wondering if her marriage was at risk. Ever felt pushed out by family like that? It's brutal, right? The family didn't help. Patricia's sisters and cousins ate up her every word, treating Olivia like royalty while sidelining Chloe. At one dinner, a cousin said, "Olivia's so elegant, she'd be great for Ethan." Chloe nearly choked on her wine. She tried talking to Ethan, but he'd shrug, saying, "Mom just likes her." I'm starting to think Ethan's part of the problem. Why isn't he shutting this down? Chloe was fighting to hold her ground, but Patricia's plot was just getting started. Is this just a meddling mom? Or something more sinister? Here's where it gets juicy. Chloe didn't just sit there, she started digging. And what she found set off a chain reaction. This wasn't just Patricia playing matchmaker. It was a calculated move to break her marriage. I'm hooked on how Chloe's gonna fight back. And I bet you are too. Drop in the comments, would you confront Patricia or play it cool? Stick around, because this story is about to get explosive. What's driving Patricia's obsession with Olivia? The truth's coming. And it's wild. Patricia's plot to replace Chloe with Olivia is outrageous. But to understand why she's so determined, we need to dive into this family's dynamic. Picture a world where Patricia rules like a queen. Every family decision bending to her will. Chloe's been struggling to find her place. And it's like fighting a losing battle against a master manipulator. I'm still fuming over Patricia's nerve. And I'm dying to figure out what's fueling her obsession with Olivia. Chloe and Ethan live a short drive from Patricia, which means she's always in their orbit. Patricia's in her early 60s, widowed for years, and Ethan's her pride and joy, her only son. She shaped his life forever, from his college major to his career path. When Chloe entered the picture, it was like a wrench in Patricia's perfect machine. Chloe is vibrant, with a quick wit and a laid-back style. But to Patricia, she's an outsider. Your hair's so bold, Patricia once said, eyeing Chloe's colorful highlights with a frown. Chloe laughed it off. But those digs piled up. Ever dealt with someone who makes you feel less than? It wears you down. Right? Patricia's control is relentless. She doesn't just comment, she orchestrates. When Chloe and Ethan moved into their apartment, Patricia showed up with a welcome gift, a detailed list of suggestions for decorating, hosting, even their social calendar. Chloe thought it was overbearing, but tried to compromise, hanging a few of Patricia's recommended curtains. But Patricia kept pushing, dropping by to check their progress. This place needs more elegance, she'd say, rearranging Chloe's quirky thrift store finds. I'm livid. Imagine someone redoing your home like that. Who gives her that power? Ethan's no help. He's kind, but avoids conflict, especially with his mum. She's just trying to help. He'd say when Chloe vented about Patricia's meddling, like when Patricia planned Ethan's birthday without asking Chloe, inviting her own friends and, of course, Olivia. Chloe wanted a small dinner, but Patricia's lavish party took over. Ethan went along, leaving Chloe feeling invisible. It's like he's still tethered to Patricia's apron strings. That's a problem, isn't it? What would you tell Chloe? Push Ethan to step up or tackle Patricia herself? The family's under Patricia's spell too. Her sisters, cousins, and even distant relatives treat her like royalty. Chloe tried fitting in, bringing her famous lemon bars to a family picnic. But Patricia's sister sniffed. Store-bought would have been fine. Ouch! Chloe kept showing up, hoping her warmth would break through. But Patricia's clique shut her out. By the time Olivia appeared, Chloe was already on shaky ground. And Patricia knew it. I'm starting to think this plot wasn't spontaneous. Patricia's been laying the groundwork to push Chloe out for a while. What's driving me crazy is how everyone lets Patricia call the shots. Ethan, the family, even their neighbors. They all nod along. But Chloe's not like that. She's got a spark, a strength Patricia didn't count on. Olivia's arrival wasn't just a random choice. It's part of a bigger plan to reshape Ethan's life. Why is Patricia so obsessed with replacing Chloe? There's a reason. And it's deeper than I thought. If you're as hooked as I am, keep listening. This drama's about to escalate. What's Patricia's endgame? The next piece of this puzzle is going to blow your mind. Patricia's campaign to replace Chloe with Olivia is infuriating. But it's how she rolled out her perfect woman that really set this feud on fire. Olivia's entrance wasn't just a casual introduction. It was a calculated move to undermine Chloe's marriage. And I'm still reeling from how bold Patricia got. Chloe's been fighting to hold her place. But this new player pushed her to the edge. I'm hooked on what's coming next. And you're going to be too. Olivia first appeared at a family dinner a few months ago. Patricia had been talking her up for weeks. How Olivia was a lawyer, so accomplished, with impeccable taste. Chloe thought it was just Patricia's usual name-dropping, until Olivia walked into the dining room, all tailored blazer and polished smile. Patricia lit up, seating Olivia right next to Ethan, across from Chloe. You two have so much in common, Patricia said, ignoring Chloe's stiffening posture. Ethan chatted politely, but Chloe felt a knot in her stomach. It wasn't just a guest, it was a statement. Ever had someone try to outshine you in your own space? It's unsettling, right? Patricia didn't stop there. She started inviting Olivia to every family event, barbecues, game nights, even a cousin's baby shower. Olivia was everywhere, always positioned near Ethan, with Patricia orchestrating it all. At one picnic, Patricia handed Olivia a slice of Ethan's favorite cake before Chloe, saying, "You know how he likes it." Chloe's face burned. Her own husband's mom was acting like Olivia was the wife. I'm raging for her. Can you imagine sitting through that? What would you do? Call it out? Or stay calm? Ethan, as usual, didn't see the big deal. Mom's just being friendly. He told Chloe when she brought it up. Friendly, Patricia was practically auditioning Olivia for Chloe's role. Chloe tried talking to Patricia, keeping it light. It's great you like Olivia, but it feels a bit much, she said. Patricia's smile was razor sharp. I'm just looking out for Ethan's future, she replied. Future Chloe's heart sank. That wasn't a slip. It was a warning. I'm stunned at Patricia's nerve. Is she delusional? Or is this a full-on plot? The family ate it up. Patricia's sisters fawned over Olivia, saying things like, she's so refined. At a holiday party? A cousin pulled Chloe aside and said, Olivia fits right in. Doesn't she? Chloe forced a smile. But inside, she was screaming. She started noticing little things. Olivia texting Ethan about work advice. Patricia forgetting to include Chloe in group photos. It was like they were erasing her. I can picture Chloe gripping her wine glass, trying not to snap. Have you ever felt pushed out like that? It's torture. Drop your story in the comments. The breaking point came at a family brunch. Patricia, beaming, announced Olivia was joining their annual vacation without asking Chloe. Ethan nodded like it was normal, while Chloe sat there, stunned. That night, she found a text on Ethan's phone from Olivia, your mom's so sweet, can't wait for the trip. Chloe's blood boiled, not because she suspected Ethan, but because Patricia's plan was crystal clear. She wasn't just meddling, she was trying to replace her. Why is Patricia so obsessed with Olivia? There's more to this, and Chloe's about to uncover it. If you're as mad as I am, stick with me. The next moment's going to turn this drama upside down. What's Patricia really after? Patricia's blatant push to replace Chloe with Olivia was already infuriating. But what happened next turned this family drama into a public showdown. Chloe had been quietly enduring Olivia's constant presence. But when she uncovered the full extent of Patricia's plot, she couldn't stay silent. The confrontation that followed was explosive, and it played out in front of the whole family. I'm still buzzing from how bold Chloe got. And you're going to love this, Chloe's suspicions hit a boiling point after the brunch, where Patricia announced Olivia's spot on the family vacation. That text from Olivia on Ethan's phone. "Your mom's so sweet," kept replaying in her mind. It wasn't just meddling. It was a campaign to push her out. Chloe started digging, checking Patricia's social media and asking Ethan's cousin, Sophie, for the truth. Sophie, who'd always been kind to Chloe, hesitated, but finally spilled Patricia's been telling everyone Olivia's better for Ethan. Chloe's heart sank. She wasn't imagining it. Patricia was actively trying to replace her. Ever been blindsided by betrayal like that? It's gut-wrenching. Right? Chloe decided enough was enough. She chose her moment, a big family barbecue at Patricia's sprawling backyard, packed with relatives and friends. The air was thick with the smell of grilled corn and laughter. But Chloe was on edge. Patricia, as usual, was parading Olivia around, introducing her as Ethan's old friend. Chloe waited until everyone was gathered near the picnic tables, then stood up, her hands trembling. "Patricia, why are you trying to replace me?" she said, her voice loud and clear. The crowd froze. Patricia's smile faltered. "I can feel the tension. Can you imagine standing up to someone like that?" Patricia tried to laugh it off. "Don't be dramatic. Chloe," she said, waving a hand. But Chloe wasn't backing down. "You've been pushing Olivia on Ethan, saying she's better for him," she said, her voice rising. "I'm his wife. Why are you undermining our marriage?" Gasps rippled through the crowd. Ethan, standing nearby, looked like he'd been punched. Olivia blushed, stammering, "I'm not trying to," but Chloe cut her off. "This isn't about you, Olivia. It's about her." She pointed at Patricia, who was turning red. "I'm cheering for Chloe. Would you have called her out like that? Drop it in the comments." The argument exploded. Patricia snapped, "You're not good enough for my son." The words hung in the air, raw and ugly. Chloe fired back. "You don't get to decide that I'm his wife, not your puppet." Relatives whispered, some shocked, others nodding, like they'd expected this. Ethan tried to intervene, saying, "Let's talk privately." But Chloe wasn't having it. "No, she made this public," she said. "Phones were out, recording the chaos. This wasn't just a family spat anymore, it was a spectacle." Patricia stormed off, leaving Chloe standing tall but shaking. I'm in awe of her courage. But I'm worried about what's next. The family was divided. Sophie and a few cousins texted Chloe's support, saying, "You said what we've all thought," but most sided with Patricia, calling Chloe disrespectful. Ethan was silent on the drive home, leaving Chloe feeling alone. This confrontation changed everything. But Patricia's not done. Why is she so obsessed with Olivia? There's a deeper reason, and Chloe's about to uncover it. If you're as gripped as I am, stick around. The next twist is going to shake this family to its core. What's Patricia hiding? Chloe's bold confrontation at the barbecue turned Patricia's plot into a public spectacle. But it's what I found out next that really blew my mind. Patricia's push to replace Chloe with Olivia wasn't just about meddling. It's tied to her obsession with status and a fear buried deep in her past. I've been piecing together whispers from Sophie and other family members, and the truth is starting to come into focus. This is bigger than I thought, and I'm still reeling. You're going to want to hear this after the barbecue. Chloe was a mess, part proud, part terrified. She'd called Patricia out in front of everyone, but Ethan's silence on the drive home stung. "Why didn't you back me up?" she asked him, her voice shaking. Ethan mumbled, "I don't want to fight, Mom." That hit Chloe hard. She was fighting for their marriage, and he was sitting on the sidelines. I'm furious for her. Ever had a partner let you down like that? It's like a knife in the chest. Right. Drop your story in the comments. I need to know. I'm not alone in this. Chloe turned to Sophie for answers. Over coffee. Sophie spilled more family secrets. Patricia's always been about appearances, she said. But this is personal. She revealed Patricia's been obsessed with fixing Ethan's life ever since his dad, Richard, left her humiliated. Richard didn't just die, he walked out years ago, chasing a glamorous woman from their social circle. Patricia was devastated, not just by the betrayal, but by the hit to her social standing. She rebuilt her image as the perfect widow. But it's fragile. Chloe, with her artsy vibe and middle-class roots, doesn't fit that image. Olivia, the polished lawyer, does. I'm stunned. Is this about status or something deeper? Here's the kicker. Patricia sees Chloe as a threat to her carefully curated world. Sophie said Patricia's been telling family members Chloe's too ordinary for Ethan, who she believes deserves a high-class wife like Olivia. It's not just about looks. Patricia thinks Chloe's background could drag Ethan down socially, like Richard's affair did to her. She's scared Ethan will end up like his dad. Sophie whispered. Scared? Then why not talk to Chloe instead of plotting against her? I'm raging at this. Ever been judged for where you come from? It's unfair. Share your thoughts below. Chloe was floored when Sophie explained this. She'd felt Patricia's coldness, but didn't realize it was tied to a decades-old wound. She's punishing me for his mistakes, Chloe said, her eyes welling up. It explained why Patricia latched onto Olivia. Her education, her connections, her Polish were everything Patricia wanted for Ethan. But it's more than status. Patricia's fear of losing control over Ethan drives her to meddle. Chloe wanted to confront her again, but Sophie warned. She'll double down. Be careful. I'm worried Patricia's not the type to back off. What would you do in Chloe's shoes? Push harder or protect your peace? Ethan's no help. When Chloe mentioned Richard's betrayal, he shut down. That's Mom's past, not ours. He said, really? It's tearing their marriage apart. I'm starting to think Ethan's enabling Patricia's obsession. The family's split too. Sophie and a few others support Chloe quietly. But most back Patricia, saying she's just looking out for Ethan. This motive changes everything. Patricia's not just a snob. She's a woman haunted by her past, taking it out on Chloe. But does that justify her plot? If you're as hooked as I am, stick with me. The next twist is going to set this drama ablaze. What's really driving Patricia's scheme? Patricia's obsession with replacing Chloe with Olivia stems from her fear of losing status. But what happened next turned this family feud into a viral wildfire. Chloe's confrontation at the barbecue was bold, but when she took her fight to social media, the drama exploded. The internet lit up, picking sides, and this mother-in-law versus daughter-in-law clash became a public spectacle. I'm still buzzing from how fast it spread. And you're going to be glued to this after Sophie's revelation about Patricia's past. Chloe felt betrayed, not just by Patricia, but by Ethan's refusal to stand up for her. The pain of being sidelined in her own marriage was too much. Late one night, unable to sleep, Chloe opened her laptop and let it all out in a social media post. "My mother-in-law is trying to replace me with another woman," she wrote. "She's pushing her perfect pick on my husband, and he's not stopping her." She spilled everything: Patricia's favoritism toward Olivia, the barbecue showdown, the constant slights. "I'm fighting for my marriage," she ended. Then she hit post. Can you imagine going public like that? Ever aired family drama online? Drop it in the comments. By morning, Chloe's post was a storm. Friends shared it, then strangers, and soon it was trending across local groups and beyond. Comments poured in. "That's disgusting. Your mother-in-law is a control freak." Some slammed Ethan. "Why is your husband letting this happen?" Chloe was stunned. Her raw post had sparked a movement. But not everyone was on her side. Some defended Patricia, saying maybe she's just looking out for her son. Others called Chloe petty for publicly shaming family. That's the thing about these fights. Everyone's got an opinion. Who are you rooting for, Chloe or Patricia? Tell me below. The family freaked out. Patricia called Ethan, livid, demanding he make Chloe stop. Ethan confronted Chloe, his voice shaking. "Take it down," he said. "You're humiliating Mom." Chloe's jaw dropped. Humiliating Patricia. What about her own humiliation? She's trying to erase me. Chloe fired back. Instead of deleting the post, she doubled down, replying to comments with more details. Olivia's constant presence. Patricia's better wife comments. The family's complicity. Hashtags like "What Save Chloe" started trending, and the internet ate it up. "I'm hooked, are you? What would you do if your spouse didn't back you up?" The family split into camps. Sophie and a few cousins messaged Chloe, saying, "You're brave, we've all seen Patricia's games." But most rallied behind Patricia, unfriending Chloe online and calling her dramatic. Patricia played the victim, telling relatives Chloe was attacking her legacy. It's wild how she flipped the script. Ever seen someone twist a story like that? It's infuriating. Local blogs picked up the story, framing it as a modern marriage war. Chloe got floods of messages, support from strangers, hate from Patricia's allies. She kept engaging, thanking supporters and calmly countering critics. But it was overwhelming. This social media storm changed the game. Chloe's no longer just a daughter-in-law. She's a symbol of fighting back against meddling in-laws. But it's costing her. Her marriage is hanging by a thread, and Patricia's not backing down. I'm worried about what's next. Is there a deeper secret driving Patricia's plot? The answer's close, and it's going to flip this story upside down. Stick with me. What do you think Chloe should do now? Keep fighting or walk away? The drama's about to hit a new peak. Chloe's viral post turned her fight with Patricia into a public firestorm. But what I uncovered next blew this drama wide open. There's a secret behind Patricia's obsession with replacing Chloe, one that goes beyond status and ties to a painful family history. I've been digging through whispers from Sophie and other relatives, and when this truth hit, I was floored. This isn't just about Olivia being perfect. It's about a wound Patricia's desperate to hide. I'm still processing it, and you're going to want to hear this. The social media chaos left Chloe both empowered and exhausted. Her post had thousands of shares. But Ethan's silence hurt more than the hate comments. She leaned on Sophie, who'd become her ally, over a tense phone call. Sophie dropped a bombshell. "It's not just about Dad leaving," she said. "There's more to why Aunt Patricia's pushing Olivia." Chloe braced herself. Sophie revealed that Patricia's ex-husband, Richard, didn't just leave for another woman. He left for Olivia's mother, Laura. Years ago. My jaw dropped. A past love triangle. How's this tied to Chloe? Drop your guesses in the comments. Here's the deal. Laura was Patricia's best friend, part of their elite social circle. When Richard fell for her, it wasn't just a betrayal, it shattered Patricia's status. Laura was everything Patricia wasn't: charismatic, confident, and unpolished by Patricia's standards. The affair ended Patricia's marriage, and she spent years rebuilding her image as the perfect widow. Chloe, with her creative, down-to-earth vibe, reminds Patricia of Laura too much. Sophie said Patricia sees Olivia, Laura's daughter, as a way to fix the past, pairing Ethan with someone from her world. I'm stunned. Is this enough to justify her plot? It's like Chloe's being punished for history she didn't make. Chloe was shaken when Sophie told her. She's trying to rewrite her own story through Ethan, Chloe said, her voice cracking. It explained Patricia's obsession. Olivia wasn't just ideal. She was a symbol of redemption for Patricia's humiliation. Sophie warned. Aunt Patricia's terrified of losing Ethan like she lost Richard. Chloe felt trapped, knowing this gave her leverage. But exposing it could destroy Ethan's trust. Have you ever held a secret that could change everything? It's heavy, right? Share your thoughts below. Ethan was clueless about this history. When Chloe mentioned Laura, he snapped. Mom's past isn't your business. His denial was maddening. Patricia's pain was tearing their marriage apart, and he wouldn't face it. I'm frustrated with Ethan. Is he protecting his mom, or just avoiding the truth? The family is divided too. Sophie and a few cousins urged Chloe to use the secret, but most backed Patricia, calling Chloe a troublemaker. Patricia fueled the narrative, telling relatives Chloe was digging up lies to ruin her. Ever seen someone twist a story like that? It's infuriating. This secret changes everything. Patricia's not just a meddling mother-in-law. She's a woman haunted by betrayal, using Olivia to erase her past. But does that excuse trying to replace Chloe? I'm torn. And I bet you are too. The fallout's coming, and it's going to be intense. Stick with me, because the final piece will make you question who's really at fault. What's Chloe going to do with this secret? The answer's going to shake this family to its core. Patricia's secret, her ex-husband's affair with Olivia's mother, explains her plot to replace Chloe. But it's the fallout that's got me reflecting hard. Chloe's fighting a mother-in-law desperate to rewrite her past, and a husband who won't stand by her. The viral post split the family and sparked a public frenzy. But this hidden history changes everything. Was Patricia's scheme too far? Or was she protecting her legacy? Let's wrap this up and figure out what it means. After Sophie's bombshell, Chloe was torn. Exposing Patricia's past could end the plot, but ruin Ethan's trust. She tried talking to him, laying it all out: Patricia's matchmaking, the affair, Laura. Your mom's trying to replace me because I remind her of your dad's mistress, Chloe said, her voice shaking. Ethan's face darkened. You're making this up. He snapped, refusing to believe his mom's motives. That broke Chloe. She was fighting for their marriage, and Ethan was choosing Patricia. I'm heartbroken for her. Ever had a partner betray you like that? It's crushing. Share your story in the comments. Chloe decided to confront Patricia one last time, not with the secret, but with a plea. She sent a message, I know about Laura. Can we stop this? Patricia didn't reply. But at the next family event, a dinner Chloe wasn't invited to, she told everyone Chloe was spreading lies to destroy her. Sophie leaked this to Chloe, who was devastated. Patricia wasn't just meddling. She was rewriting the narrative to paint Chloe as the villain. I'm furious is Patricia's pain an excuse for this manipulation. The online storm raged on. Chloe's post kept trending, with supporters cheering her stand, saying, Patricia's toxic, others defended Patricia. She's protecting her son's future. Chloe, overwhelmed, stopped engaging, focusing on herself. Her marriage was crumbling. Ethan suggested a break, saying, this is too much. Chloe moved to a friend's place, starting therapy to rebuild her confidence. The family fractured Sophie, and a few cousins kept in touch. But Patricia's loyalists shunned Chloe. Patricia, untouched, maintained her perfect image. Here's the lesson: meddling isn't love, and past pain doesn't justify hurting others. Patricia's trauma doesn't excuse plotting to replace Chloe. Ethan's failure to choose his wife cost their marriage. This story screams the need for loyalty and boundaries in families. If you've got an in-law horror story, drop it below. Let's talk. Was Patricia's plot too far? Absolutely. Her fear of the past doesn't justify undermining a marriage. But what do you think? Is Patricia a victim or a scheming matriarch? Comment, like, subscribe, and check out my other drama stories. Chloe is moving forward, but the scars remain. Chloe's mother-in-law, Patricia, plotted to replace her with Olivia, a perfect woman, undermining her marriage to Ethan. This mother-in-law versus daughter-in-law drama exploded when Chloe confronted Patricia at a family barbecue, exposing her matchmaking scheme. Her viral social media post sparked public outrage, dividing the family, digging deeper. Chloe uncovered Patricia's motive: her ex-husband's affair with Olivia's mother. Laura humiliated her years ago, and Chloe's free-spirited nature triggered those wounds. Patricia saw Olivia as a way to fix her past, but Chloe fought back, pleading for peace. Ethan's refusal to support Chloe and Patricia's manipulation framing Chloe as a liar deepened the rift. The online storm amplified the feud, but Chloe, overwhelmed, stepped back, moving out and seeking therapy. Patricia's plot was too far. Her trauma didn't justify sabotaging a marriage. Ethan's inaction cost their bond, leaving the family fractured. This saga highlights the need for loyalty and boundaries. Who's right? Share your thoughts. Was Patricia protecting her legacy? Or was Chloe wronged? Like, comment, and subscribe for more family drama.